Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing part 2 of a best cards tier list here with my boy Evan Tanaka. Before we hop into the video, in Evan's video, we argued a ton about Giannis and had a pretty good tier list, so make sure y'all go watch part 1 over on his channel. Also, I will ask this because we're not going to talk about Giannis in this video. Where would you put Invincible Giannis? I just want to know. Leave me a comment. That's like the first thing I want to know. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 12,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, how we doing, Evan?
Doing good, man. Yeah, we did argue a lot about Invincible Giannis. I personally would put him S tier. JC would put him C tier. So like you said, let us know where you guys would put him. I think it really depends on preference, but yeah, just excited to rank the rest of these cards. I think we got about 22, 24, somewhere in that range.
All right, so hopping into it, we got Brook Lopez first and foremost. I think C tier. I just think that's the fairest spot for him. He's good. Is he quiet on the Dirk Dikembe D-Rob level? Not quite.
If he could play power forward, I would put him in B tier. But since he can only play center, if he had like a little bit more speed, like if he had 90 speed and he can play power forward, I put him in B.
Agreed. But that's what separates those three guys a little bit from him.
Yeah, I agree. So C tier is fair. Yeah.
I think Luka's S. He's the best 3-hunting point guard in the game.
I can see that. Like, if you're good with Luka Doncic, I've always said this about Luka whenever I rank him. If you know how to move and you're like JC, who's a really good dribbler, like a dribble head, and you know how to create space with him and you're good with like the Trey Sigs and the Trey Fade, he can be the best point guard in the game, the best offensive one for sure. But for me, I would go A tier, but if you want to put him S, I don't really see why you wouldn't. So it really comes down to preference. Like I said, I would go A tier personally, but I think S tier is fair.
I'll say this. You could put Luka or Ben in S. I'm going to go Luka in S personally. But you could put Luka or Ben in S. It just kind of depends on your playstyle. If you run a guy like Luka, you run him next to a Scottie Pippen at the 2, or a Tim Thomas at the 2, or a Tracy McGrady, or a Kevin Garnett, or somebody like that at the 2 who provides a lot of size. Versus if you run a guy like Ben at the 1, then you run him next to a shot creator at the 2, whether that's a Steve Smith or a Tracy McGrady, or somebody like that. I think that is more, it's more about your lineup construction and what you want to have. But Luka is an absolutely elite level 3 hunter versus a guy like Ben, who's one of the best slashers in the game and maybe the best defensive point guard in the game, but doesn't give you that shot making and shot creation ability that Luka does. It's kind of a preference thing and depends how you want to play and how you want to build your lineup. For me, I put Luka S tier, but it's certainly something that you can have your own opinion on. Magic probably goes A, right?
I agree. Yeah, I think Magic, LaMelo, same tier.
I think he's a little bit better than LaMelo, personally. He's really very different style of card. LaMelo has a much better release. Magic actually moves better in my opinion. I think LaMelo's size isn't very good. But Magic's a much better slash. Well, not maybe much better, but I think he's a little bit better slasher. I really like the way he moves.
Magic's a better defender.
And he's definitely a better defender, yes. Whereas LaMelo's main advantage is the fact that he's a much better shooter with a better release. But I think Magic's size and defense and slashing gives him a little bit more of an edge for me.
Yeah, fair. I'd say both an A tier.
Manute is S. I don't think we need to talk about that one. He's the best card in the game and will be until we get an in-game talker and in-game Yao. There you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Marc Gasol, I'd put him B. I think he's just as good as Dikembe, Dirk, and D. Actually, I think he's better than Dirk and D-Rob, personally. I think he's incredible. Too, yeah. I think he is the best budget power forward in the game. If you need a power forward and you don't have a lot of MT to work with, Marc Gasol's your guy. Marc Gasol. Plain and simple.
It's funny. It is funny. Everyone on my comment section says I have like a crush or I'm in love with Marc Gasol. He's just such a good card, man. Like everyone says like, oh, I rank him too high. It's like, no, he's just good, man.
He's great. He's got a great release. He's decent. He's good. He has good speed.
And he's cheap.
He's an elite defender. He's big and he's cheap. Yeah. He's the perfect budget power forward. Yao is also S for sure. Second best card in the game after Manute. Again,
second best card, really?
Well, I think so. I think he's got what 80 some odd speed, release on very quick. It's not the best release, but he's still 7'6", can dribble. Still ridiculous. He's definitely S. Obviously, I mean, honestly, the Opal Yao would also be S. But actually, he's on the same taco level where he might be borderline at this point. But I still think he's an incredible card. I think MJ's B tier. I'm not putting him A.
I think he's A.
I think Hito's better than him. I really do.
Really?
I think the 6'10" is more valuable than MJ's kind of player build isn't that great, and I don't like his upper. I know he's got KPJ base, which is the best base in the game, but I just don't like the upper.
I can see that. I do like LaMelo, Magic over him. Obviously Ben, because I have Ben still an A. Yeah. I mean, I would probably throw him low A tier, but I could definitely see B.
Yeah. Siakam's D. He's got to be right because release is just ugly.
He is. He's not good.
If they gave him a good release, he'd be pretty good. But
yeah, he's not terrible. I should say. Once again, he's still a top 50, 70 something card in the game. But yeah, I would say he's probably D.
Yes. Now, This is where it gets tough. If we want to have 10 guys in S tier, there are 5 guys left that I'm looking at that could go S tier. Scottie Pippen is one of them. I think he has to go high A. He's great card.
Easily A.
If you play him next to Luka, he might be the second best shooting guard option in the game. But he is not quite S. But he's awesome.
I think if you know how to... Yeah, I think if you know how to move, like I said earlier, if you know how to move, I think that's the best backcourt. Luka at the 1, Pippen at the 2. I think that's the best backcourt.
I mean, he's great. I'm putting him #1 card in A tier. I think he's awesome, but we got to put a couple of these guys in A tier and like amazing cards. All these guys in A tier are elite. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
Rick Smith is S tier though. He is going S tier.
He's S
for sure.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah.
He's 7'4" with a great player build and an elite level release. The best big man release in the game for somebody who's taller than 7'2". He's a Yao stopper, Taco stopper, Minute stopper who could shoot the ball at a super high level. I think he's better than Yao.
I agree.
He is incredible. I think he's the second best card in the game, actually. Not Yao.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
You're right.
You said Yao was second best, but I was like, Rick Smith is better.
Rick Smith is the second best card in the game after Minute Bowl. Yao might be third or fourth.
I can see that.
But yeah, Ron Artest is A or B. He's right borderline. I think he and Hito are both right borderline.
Yeah, once again, I go MJ and Ron Artest in A, but I like Ron Artest more than MJ.
I'll give you Artest. I'll put him in A because he does have tray escape and he's got a really good release and he's an elite defender and he's bigger than MJ as well. Yes.
Yeah, his defense is insane.
I know we don't have anybody in C, but like I can't put. I think Scal is just as good as AK. Yeah, I think he's better than AK actually, slightly.
Oh, I was about to say Scalabrine in A, but yeah, we can go B. I like Scott. Yeah, I mean that might be gassing it. I really like Scalabrini, but I'm looking at the cards in A tier. He's probably B, but he's high B in my opinion.
I actually think we might have to move AK down. And like I would move Giannis down, but never mind.
There is a couple cards. Oh yeah, there's a lot of good cards. How many good cards are on this tier?
These are the best cards of the game, and there's a lot of damn good cards. So
yeah, I said we wait though. I said we wait and see.
Sean Elliott, I'm gonna put C.
That's what I was about to say. Like I think Sean.
He's really good, but I think he's C. I think Vince might be C. I think AK might be C. Like,
no.
There's some guys, man. SGA is also C, by the way. That's a very good but not incredible card.
I agree.
Now Shaq is S tier. I'm putting Shaq in S 100%.
Okay. I want to ask you because I know you did a game plan. I haven't used that card.
Oh my god!
But my lord, does he look good?
He is the best Shaq card I have ever used. I put it in my title, and sometimes y'all know YouTubers. I'll let y'all in a little YouTuber secret if y'all don't know. We might exaggerate things sometimes, like calling a card the best point guard in the game when they're actually the 4th or 5th best point guard in the game. We exaggerate a lot of this stuff sometimes. When I said in my title that Shaq is the best Shaq in the history of my team, I actually believe that. He is that good. I don't spend money on this game. I barely play this game. I am seriously considering spending the money on the VC to get the unauctionable Shaq because he is awesome. And I really like Shaq. Shaq's one of my favorite players of all time. I really like him a lot. He's never had this good of a card in 2K. His card is awesome.
Yeah, there was that one Shaq in 2019, though.
That could play point guard? Yeah.
I think he was probably better.
Maybe, but this is a better card. He just could play point guard. That one could, but... Like, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So it's close.
I mean, this Shaq is crazy, though, man. He's an easy S tier. This card makes me smile, which 2K doesn't generally do these days.
See, what I was about to say is I think Shaq's a better card than Yao. I know it's crazy, but I think he's a better card.
He's better than Taco, for sure. He might be better than Yao. It's close.
I think it's close. Like, that's what I was saying. I think he's really close to his, Yao's level. But
because he moves so good, and he's so fast, and so... I know he's only 7'1", but he's so wide, and like...
Yeah, his player model.
Card's a dog, dude.
Okay, wait, hold on. I have a question.
What's up?
I guess you haven't really used him too much, but do you think he can stop a Taco, a Yao?
I think he can compete, yes. I don't think he's going to get consistent stops, but I think he's number one, I think he's a big mismatch for them when he has the ball offensively, and I think he can get enough stops where I think he's better than Taco, and I think he's borderline better than Yao. Like, it's close.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Steve Smith, I think, has to go... maybe A. I mean, he's 6'8" with Trey and LaMelo base.
He's great. I would go high B tier, but I could see him A.
Yeah, sure. I'll go high B. We got some really good
cards. If you look at the next 3 shooting guards, I mean...
Terry's A. I agree. Terry's A. He can't go S. He cannot go S. There's no chance.
That's what I'm saying.
Terry is A. Yeah. Tim Thomas is...
I'm putting him S, but...
I think we got to put 11 cards in S tier because I'm not taking Taco out of S tier. Tim is S because he's 6'10" and he's incredible. That card is amazing. And then... T-Mac is S. I mean, he has to be S. He's the best overall when you're just looking at shooting guards. He's the best shooting guard in the game. So
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got to go S. I really think so. Like,
gotta go S.
This is tough, but we have 11 cards, and I think that's just the way it's gonna have to be.
You can't put it. The only person I would personally maybe look to put, I think the worst is Luka, but I know you. I'm just saying.
You could move him down. I mean, yeah.
If you want to leave him S, I think he's.
We just have 1 point guard in S tier.
Yeah, because I think Luke is more comparable to like a Magic, a LaMelo, a Ben than he is to a Manute, a Bol, a Yao. You know, all T-Mac, a Shaq. I just don't know if he's on Shaq's Yao Ming, Manute level.
That's fair.
But
okay, I'm cool with it. We'll move Luka down. I'm good with that. He's still incredible, but he's sure top A. I'm good with that. Dominique Wilkins, I think is C. No, I don't. I think he's B. I think he's B.
Hold on.
I think
you've done a game plan, so I've never used the card.
I think he's B. I was gonna say C, but I think he's B. I think he's on the level of MJ. I think Hito might be slightly better, but I think he's close enough.
I would take Hito Turkle over.
Yeah. Zion is also B. Honestly, I was surprised how much I liked that card.
He's so good.
If he was 6'10", he'd be the 3rd best small forward in the game behind Bol and Chet. But he's not.
Yeah, I agree.
And then Alonzo Mourning is also B. I think he's really good. I think he's on the exact same level as Marc Gasol, Dirk, D-Rob, guys like that. Like, I think he's very, very good. So
now, if he was 7'1", he'd be A.
Oh, if he was 7'1", he'd be damn near. Yeah, no, he would definitely be A. Because he moves and his release is great and he's got incredible defensive stats.
Yeah.
I know we have nobody in C and D tier. Like, we have like a total of 11 cards in the C and D tier. But these cards are so damn good that it's hard to move these guys down. Like, if we wanted to, we could force it. We could move AK down. We could move Vince Carter down. We could move D-Rob maybe. We could move a couple of these guys could be moved down. But like,
I don't know.
I don't need to force it. I'll move AK down because I think maybe not quite on the Scalabrine, Vince Carter, guys like that we have level, but he's close. I mean, it just goes to show how good the amount of cards, how many elite cards we have in this game, though. Like, you can get budget options at every position that can compete now, which I think is a good thing. So shout out to 2K for that.
Yeah.
But that is pretty much it. This is the tier list we have for the best cards in the game. Let us know in the comment section down below what y'all think of our list. Again, let us know where you would put Giannis, because that was definitely the one that we disagreed on the most. And I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Make sure y'all go watch part 1 on Evan's channel. If y'all didn't, link will be in the description, all that stuff. And I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.